When you have a plant, even if it doesn't last, you learn something about it, what it likes, what it doesn't like, what it needs, and what it needs to avoid, the things it's vulnerable to. When you have a plant, you will end up knowing something, even if it's not its proper name.
Oh my gosh, Jillian, how fun is it to be here peering at you through the plants? Tabitha, how are you doing? Oh my gosh. So I have to tell you, I love these guys. Mm-hmm. I always tell people to get these guys. I know that the common name is Chinese evergreen, and I cannot remember the other name for the life of me. And it is, don't tell me.
It starts with an A.
Okay. Alyssum.
No.
Oh God. Alströmerium. No, not Alströmerium. Alocasia.
Aglomina. Aglomina? Now I can't.
Aglomina. It's a Chinese evergreen.
Yes, and they're one of my favorite plants. They come in so many varieties. Mm-hmm. They're such a beautiful leaf, and their leaves are like paintings.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. They remind me of like the indoor hosta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're like a low light plant, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've seen them like in my office. Mm-hmm. They are on the ground floor and there's barely any windows at all, and they're flourishing. So I like them.
And often people think big tropical leaves, they need a lot of water, and these do not. They definitely need to go very dry in between watering. They can rot very easily as well.
Okay.
And then in behind that, you've got, that plant's so cool. Podium.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little weapon.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
When I first got him, he wasn't doing so good, and I had to do a little research, and it's from somewhere exotic. I want to say Madagascar, and it's from a climate where there's a very heavy monsoon season, a rainy season. So it's used to a heavy rainy season, and then it goes dormant for the drier season. So when it's growing, it shouldn't dry out. And you want to think of it like it's human nature to think of it like a cactus with all these little thorns. So I found, long story short, I just had to water it a lot when it was growing. And when I got it, it was only this tall. And this, I would say this is maybe 4 years that I've had it, and it's gotten this big. And it lost a bit of leaves last summer. I put it outside because it had a little bit of scale, and so I threw it outside, and the scale went away. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but it doesn't seem to have scale anymore. And it lost a few leaves, but it got taller, and I'm just so excited by it. I just think it has so much personality.
Yes, I have one at home too, and mine often drops leaves in the winter and then just sprouts and grows again.
Oh,
as
fun!
soon as the days get long. Yes.
Yay! Okay.
Oh, what's it? Oh no, this isn't. I was like, and this is a calathea.
Yeah.
Tell me about your calathea.
Oh my gosh, I love this plant so much because of the color, but it has these brown edges, and I think I should be using distilled water to water it, but I'm just not that organized. So, but I love it still.
Yep.
I love how the leaves come up at night, and so it's one of the ones where I think, well, should I purge a little? Is it time? But I keep hanging on to it.
Yeah, and it could be a little bit of a humidity issue. They do like humidity, so often you can plant these in like a terrarium style setting, and they do really beautifully as well.
Maybe I should try that.
What's the, sorry, interrupting.
No, that's okay.
But I was like, I just noticed this fellow too, and this is another Chinese evergreen.
This one I think is called Green Goddess.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at the silver.
I know, it's beautiful, hey?
That's beautiful.
Maybe it's Silver Goddess. Maybe this is Green Goddess. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm supposed to be an expert in these
Silverado?
things. I have to do so many
is there one
research.
called Silverado?
Oh, probably.
Anyway, I have two, and yes, they're both stunning. I got them very small again, and they grew into these things, and I think they got a lot of growing yet to do, so I'm quite excited about them.
I'm always astounded by people that can memorize every single name of every single plant.
And for me, I don't know what it is, if it's like age or whatever, but some days I'm better than others, where it's just like a steel trap and I've got them all, but not today.
No, obvious. That's okay, because we're doing this on a whim.
Yes, we are.
So
no
there
research.
you have it. And this one, I was like...
Yeah, so that one is a mangave.
Yes, we're like, it's not an aloe, and it's not an agave.
Yeah. It's a mangave. And it has little baby ones now.
Yep.
This one is a curious thing because it got scale. So I'm in by the end of winter, I'm always in there with a little Q-tip and I'm trying to get rid of those little scales and I'm giving it a little spray and whatever.
Yeah.
And then I sort of thought, it's got to be way down in the plant. I'm never going to get rid of it. I'm just going to throw it outside for the summer and that'll be the end. I'm so sorry. I'm sad to see it go. It's got to go. So I put it outside and it had this huge growth spurt.
Yeah.
And then again, end of the season, frost is coming. See, I don't see any scale on it.
Yeah.
So I brought it in, repotted it, cleaned out all the soil. And then it seems like the scale always just comes back. It always just comes back a little bit. So I've just, good or bad, I've resigned myself to the fact it's going to have a little bit of scale that I have to stand on top of. And then when I put it out in the sun, it seems to help it along. And now it's got little wee ones. So
Yeah. Oh, it's just lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's not as spiky as an agave. That's Christine. So my girlfriend Christine, she has a huge cactus collection. Her house is actually very dark, but she moves all of her cactus out into the yard for the summer, and they are outstanding. Like they are just beautiful. I'll have to invite you over to visit Christine
to your friend's
and see
house.
her. Yes, Christine.
Yeah.
By the way,
By the way.
because her collection is unbelievable, and cactus is perfect because it goes, kind of dormant in the winter.
Yeah.
She doesn't water, blah blah blah. So it's just surviving along and sleeping.
Yeah.
And then she moves them outside, and they do.
And then they flourish.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Yes, absolutely amazing.
And the last little thing, it's a little cutting, but I have to tell you again, that butter churn was from my grandma, and this is from my grandma as well. I have this pothos plant. When I first moved out of the house, when I went away to university as a young person, it was my grandma's plant came to me because, my family thought, oh, you should have a plant. So I had this massive plant that always grew in her kitchen, and I remember that plant being there from when I was a little kid. So then I got the plant. I still have the plant, the original plant, like at least a chunk of the original root is still with it. I mean, I take cuttings and I pop them in and whatever, but so this has been in my family for, I don't know, like 40 years, 50 years. Amazing. Yeah.
That's what I kind of think that's what it's all about. So at my grandmother's house, we used to go in and I'd always admire her plants. Now I go to my mom's house and I admire her plants, and then it's just carried on through my family as well. So there's something about plants and gardening and just that continuation of story and generation that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I do like to share it.
Yeah.
So it's great. Thank you for sharing your stories with me again.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for coming by. It's always such a treat, and we are going to have some exciting stuff coming up for everyone this summer in our next season of Twilla and Jillian. But in the meantime, stay warm, stay positive, and spring is coming soon, everybody.
Yes. Here we go.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Twilla and Jillian is filmed in Alberta, Canada. Find us on YouTube.